Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And we are here with your instant night one draft reactions. We were going to originally live stream the thing, but then stuff happened. And so we're not doing that. Instead, drafts, rounds 1 through 4, night one. We've got your instant reactions. Not shockingly, we'll just start off with the very first one. Roman Reigns went to SmackDown.
Duh. Of course this is going to happen.
Yeah. I got that one right on my draft predictions.
Yeah, a gimme. You got the gimme. They didn't do the 3 picks for Raw, the 2 picks to SmackDown. They didn't do that. Triple H like, we're not doing that this year. SmackDown got the first pick in each round. I'm guessing Raw's going to get the first pick in each round on Monday. Kind of overall, a lot of people changing brands.
Yeah, I like that. I definitely like that. So how do you want to? Do you want to just go through the entire
let's just go
thing?
through the whole thing.
Okay.
Let's go through the whole thing, and if we got thoughts, ideas, so on and so forth, we'll share them there. You mentioned the first pick overall. SmackDown selects Bloodline, Sans, the Usos, so that's Heyman, Solo, and Roman. No surprise. Of course, Roman's going number 1. Of course, he's staying on SmackDown.
And that was one of the interesting things, is that it was also announced that factions can stay together.
Yes.
Factions are going to be drafted together, which makes a lot of sense, and it makes things more efficient. And I understand the drama of it beforehand, but it's also kind of silly to make your people sweat out. Street Profits worry they're going to split up. I thought that'd been a great way to do it.
They're going to have one team or faction split up in this draft, and that's it.
It could be. That could be.
Alpha Academy. Second pick, Raw selects Cody Rhodes.
Whoa. Yeah. Cody staying on Raw. At this point, is he a shoo-in for the World Heavyweight Championship?
I think his aim is still Roman, but you got Roman, like the foundational piece of your company anchored SmackDown on the network brand. And then you got to have your other most popular wrestler on Raw. You can't have your 2, most prominent wrestlers on the same brand. You got to split up for the time being, because when Cody eventually beats Roman for those titles, he's replacing Roman probably on SmackDown.
Yeah, you're probably right about that. That was kind of interesting. Cody stays there on Raw. A lot of cool matchups for Cody now, especially with a bunch of people coming over to Raw. We'll get to them in a second. This third one, SmackDown selects Bianca Belair, the Raw Women's Champion. I hope they're going to do a title swap.
I was hoping, since she's facing Io at Backlash, I was like, okay, Io or Damage Control will be drafted to Raw, and then we'll get a title change. Cool.
Yeah, no, they're following her to SmackDown.
Later on, Damage Control gets drafted to SmackDown too, so it seems like they're going to do a title swap.
Are they just like obsessed with having moments between Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley, a feud that really isn't going to happen anytime soon?
Well, Rhea's staying is going to go to Raw then. If Bianca's going to SmackDown.
Rhea's going exactly. So they're going to do what I'm talking about is they just want to do this for the title swap. Another moment where they're in the ring together, but we're not going to get that feud until, I don't know when.
2 years from now, probably. I don't know.
I mean, they might finagle a way to get it done at WrestleMania next year, and this is a way to set it up. That's a possibility.
Maybe. I just thought it'd be an interesting way to potentially you have Bianca drafted to SmackDown. It would take a little bit of the drama out of it if Damage Control got drafted to Raw. Because they'd be like, okay, so then it's pretty obvious Io's taking the title from her.
But
I was like, okay, at least
kind of cool.
That's the title trade, as we saw last year.
What do you? Let me
not
ask
the most
you
interesting thing. So it'd be more interesting to have someone actually beat someone to win the title as opposed to have them do a title trade. Anyways, continue. Sorry.
I forget who this was on the Twitter, but they said just get rid of the damn brand specific names for those titles.
Yes.
That'd probably be a wise move.
Yeah, maybe that's where this is going.
I mean, on one hand, I like that the women get their own unique branding for those titles. It's not like they call the World Heavyweight Championship now the Raw title. So Raw Women's, it's unique to the division for the women. I like that, as opposed to just the Women's World title or honestly, they should just call it the Raw title and the SmackDown title. It's like calling it women's is redundant at this point. Anyways. So for the fourth pick, Raw selects Becky Lynch. Not shocking. That just means that Seth Rollins is going to stay on Raw, which is kind of an obvious.
Yeah, because he's probably going to be your first World Heavyweight Champion. Round 2, So round 1 was presented entirely by Triple H. Round 2, we had a couple guest presenters. We had Rob Van Dam,
RVD,
and Michael P.S. Hayes, representing Raw and SmackDown respectively. Mm-hmm. So first pick of round 2, SmackDown selects Street Profits. Knew that was happening because Bianca got drafted to SmackDown.
And at the very least, Montez was going there. When they said factions are going together, I guess that means they're going together.
They're going together. Yeah. But that's a brand change. Second pick of the second round, Raw selects Imperium. Another brand change.
I love this pick simply because, and I know it's funny because earlier today you had mentioned, like, Roman's never there. You need a guy who's always fighting, and that's Gunther. However, they can accomplish that with the U.S. title. Raw's a longer show, more Gunther matches, longer Gunther matches.
Here's the thing. They can't accomplish that with the U.S. title on Raw, but not with Austin Theory holding that belt.
No, yeah, you're absolutely. That's what I mean. The U.S. title, they can do that on SmackDown. They need to get that title on somebody else.
Lashley needs to win at Backlash.
And then AJ Styles is in contention for the U.S. title as well, though he's probably going to feud with Roman.
I would imagine the OC and the Bloodline are going to feud. Although after the main event tonight, who knows? Third pick of the second round, SmackDown selects You Think You Know Him, Edge, another brand change.
So wait a second. If Rhea Ripley is going to... Oh, no, Rhea's coming to Raw. Judgment Day is going to stay on Raw. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, now Edge is on the brand with the guy that stacked him. Yeah. So, we'll see how that works out for him.
I mean, he almost beat Roman once. And then the fourth pick of the second round, Raw selects Matt Riddle.
Yeah, kind of figured this would be the case because he literally can't challenge Roman Reigns anymore.
No.
The draft, the round 3 start off. This was presented by DX?
No, DX was round 4. This was JBL and Teddy Long.
Oh, okay. I haven't actually watched the episode. I watched like bits and pieces of SmackDown. I didn't see this pick, but I was keeping tabs on Twitter. SmackDown selects Bobby Lashley.
Good pick. Either he could hold down SmackDown as the week-to-week everyday champ as the U.S. champion, or he could feud with Roman Reigns, or both.
A little bit of A, a little bit of B. I think that'd be pretty great.
You got to put that U.S. title on Lashley. Having Lashley as your de facto primary champ on SmackDown would be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be great. The second pick, I love this also. Raw selects Drew McIntyre. Larson, is it possible we're going to get Drew McIntyre as world champion in front of fans now?
It's entirely possible. I
hope so. He deserves it.
He
really does. He sort of seemed out of place on SmackDown. He seemed, after he lost at Clash of the Castle, it just was sort of like, he's hanging around Sheamus. They're friends. They're not friends, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah. Get him there on Raw. And make him world champion at some point.
Yeah. Third pick of the third round, SmackDown selects the OC, AJ Styles, Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows, Mia Yim.
Good for me, Chin.
Yes.
Because she gets to be on TV. She's no longer a depth guy.
Yeah. And then the final pick of round 4, Steve, I know you're excited about this one. Raw selects The Miz. We get Miz TV, 15 minutes long, at least twice a month. On Raw again. How elated are you for this?
This is terrible. It's awful. I have fond memories of Miz on SmackDown from like 2016.
Yeah.
I can't stand Miz TV. It's always just a time suck. Maybe they feel, hey, we got 3 hours. You can either have a time suck on the 2-hour show or a time suck on the 3-hour show, but Miz TV ain't changing. So they're just gonna keep it on Raw.
It's a 20-minute block regardless what show it's on.
Yeah, I kind of like everything else. Except for this. This is a trash draft selection right here.
All right, very well. Round 4. This was presented by Shawn Michaels and Road Dogg. First pick.
Oh, you didn't know?
Thank you. First pick of round 4. SmackDown selects Damage Control, therefore taking any intrigue out of the Raw Women's title bout at Backlash. Again, at least give us the possibility there could be a title change at Backlash. With Bianca and Io, by having Io on Raw, she wins the title. No title switch, no title trade.
Yeah,
I just want to
see Io Sky win the title.
That'd be pretty cool.
Also, this is the thing where it's like, man, they should have been able to split factions.
Well, I think they could. They just didn't.
I wonder. I mean, you think that's actually going to happen though?
It's a possibility.
Oh, do they show War Rooms?
They showed the exterior of doors to War Rooms, and they had people exit the War Rooms, like RVD and JBL and so forth, in advance of making the.
The concept of war
and then
rooms was in
Bianca,
place.
after she was selected to SmackDown, had a bit of a Matt Chat promo saying, I'm excited to be the SmackDown Women's Champion again. It's the first title I won. And looking to break the record of being the longest reigning SmackDown Women's Champion.
I hate the title swap, man. I hate it. And then for the second pick, Raw. This was surprising to me. This Raw select Shinsuke Nakamura. Fresh slate for him. They seem to want to give him a clean slate. And another guy who, if they book him correctly, he's in a feud right now with depth guy Karrion Kross. He could be a world champion. I think they could build him back up. It might be a priority of Triple H's.
Yeah, it could be. It could be. And there's another name that if they have some sort of tournament to crown the first world heavyweight champion, Nakamura is obviously a name you're going to put in that tournament. Then we had 2 NXT call-ups, but not exactly the ones I think we expected. So the third pick,
wait a second. I forgot also. Sorry, not to interrupt you. Shinsuke versus Gunther is on the table now.
Yes.
That's going to be
very
fucking
exciting.
awesome. Yeah.
So with the third pick in round 4, SmackDown selects the NXT Women's Tag Champs, Alba Fire and Isla Dawn.
Yeah. They were showing the NXT draft pool, all the NXT people.
PC, yeah.
They're all kind of out of character. They weren't wearing like dolled up with their makeup and stuff. And this seemed like real emotion. Like I have no idea if they knew or not that this was happening. It kind of felt like they didn't, because that's WWE's thing. In this case, I love that. I really do, because it seemed like real emotion.
Yeah,
like,
it really does.
Alba Fire completely broke character, and Isla Dawn was, or as Michael Cole says, Isla Dawn.
Yeah.
Was trying to stay in character, and then Caden Carter Katana Chance came up to him and said, "Hey, we're booked to beat you on Tuesday for those tag titles. So you're going to be giving them up."
Alba and Isla aren't going to main roster as champions, but the possibility exists that Indy Hartwell, the current NXT Women's Champion, could come to Raw as a champion still, because she was the 4th pick of the 4th round. She has a walking boot on. She was sitting there with the walking boot on, I should say, amongst the PC group there. So who knows how long she's going to be out recuperating from injury before she actually makes her debut on Raw. I don't know what they're going to do about the title situation. It'd be cool, at least for a little bit, if she was on main roster as NXT Women's Champion.
Do both of them.
I know.
Do both of them.
I know.
So wait, she got drafted to Raw. Any chance we're going to get, honestly, if they're smart, they'd reform the way and get involved with Austin Theory to give him a clean slate.
Yep,
that's what you do.
They should.
But then if they're going to be on Raw, Theory's going to go to SmackDown. So that's
not necessarily, because here's the thing:
Backlash.
the effects of this draft doesn't take place until the Raw after Backlash.
You're right.
So Theory can get drafted to Raw, lose the title to Lashley at Backlash, stay on Raw, do a story, a reunion with The Way.
Yeah.
And Lashley's U.S. champ, being, the top guy week to week on SmackDown.
So far, what do you give the overall grade for this year's draft?
I kind of wish there was one more round.
Yeah, me too.
Because they're having everybody else who's in the draft pool not selected. They're going to have the remainder of the draft take place on SmackDown Lowdown on Peacock. I didn't even know that was a thing.
That's amazing.
So I have to give it incomplete grade at this point, because we don't know everybody who's being drafted from this draft pool.
All right. I like this draft so far. I like it. The Miz brings it down from an A- to a B to a solid B.
If Austin Theory gets drafted to SmackDown on Raw, I'll probably groan, because there's a good chance if that happens, then he's going to be U.S. champ on SmackDown.
Wait, if he gets drafted over to, yeah, you're right. No, you're right. Yeah, no, absolutely. But yeah, they have to put that title on either a Bobby Lashley or an AJ Styles or somebody like that on SmackDown, that's going to be fighting and actually wrestling and
like a
good,
performer that people actually care about,
being interesting in any way, shape, or form. And that's not Austin Theory.
No.
So yeah, you want to do this again so obviously Monday during the day, we're going to do the podcast, the extended version of the entire episode of SmackDown, of course, plus any news that happens over the weekend, complete breakdown of the draft and all draft rumors heading into Raw. Do you want to try to do this again on Monday night after Raw? We'll do a reactions night too. I don't want to do a watch along of
Yeah,
Raw.
I usually don't
do
watch
that.
all of Raw on Monday night though. So let me
But if
think
you have
on
the
it.
results, because I barely watch SmackDown. If you just have the results,
Okay, yeah, we can do that then.
we'll see. We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
That's going to do it for this night one reaction. Let us know what you guys thought about night one of the draft in the comments below. Do us a huge favor. Hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button. Thanks for watching. Till next time, we'll talk to you later.
Goodbye.